Yo, it's Mike. You've all sent me some fantastic questions, and I feel it is my duty to answer them. Here's the Q&A. Matt Scott asks, what happened to the 4x5? I still have it. It's been sitting on my shelf. I don't use it at all. I'm probably going to burn through whatever film I have and sell it. And that's that. What exactly do you do for a living? I'm a student. I'm going into the second year of my Master's of Urban Planning at Ryerson University. This summer I'm interning with the City of Toronto as a planner. It's been rad so far. In the little free time I have, I make videos to put on the internet, and occasionally I make a zine. Winnie, do you have a favorite area to shoot in? Absolutely, the financial district. I know it's a little cliche, but I love the reflections you can get there, and most importantly, I love the way the architecture naturally channels light. If you walk along King Street between like 5:30 and 7:30, there's a very strong, warm orange glow, and I will never get tired of it. Ooh, a trio of questions. I'll answer the third. What film do you wish to come back? Pretty boring answer, but Agfa Vista. I need that good Vussy in my life. Honestly, it sucks having fewer like everyday go-to films, because what are we left with? Like Kodak Gold, Color Plus, and C200 from Fuji? Agfa Vista, super underrated film. I miss it already. Do you shoot film exclusively? You bet I do. Samurai Vic, what scanner do you use to scan your film? Epson V550, what got you into photography and why do you shoot film? I think it's because my mom never let me use the family camera when I was super young. She would just worry that I would burn through film. And I think eventually it bottled up in me and I just had the itchy shutter finger. And one day I was browsing Craigslist, I think it was 10th grade, and I found a Canon 40D for a really good price, and I bought it, and the rest was history. You like to take pictures of people from far away, making them look small within the image. Why is that? I love the anonymity that I feel in the city, and so I think most directly, that's sort of my expression of it. I also think it's a really cool challenge to sort of like work against all these huge massings of people and find these moments where it's just like sort of you versus the world, at like one person versus everything around them. Like you could have 100 people on a street corner, and finding some way to work around that and single out just a single person, I think is really cool. Stuart Lawrence, best pizza joint in Toronto and favorite toppings. Like a week ago, I found the best pizza I've ever had. It's at Bannock, Queen and Bay, the corner of Queen and Bay. I had this super thin crust pizza, unleavened dough with mozzarella, ricotta, onion, mushroom, lemon zest. Unbelievable. Andy, would you rather have to shoot with only one film or only one camera for the rest of your life? Definitely only one camera. It's way easier. I could happily shoot with my Nikon F2 for the rest of my life. Ultimately, it's not the camera that sort of makes the image, it's the lens and the film. So as long as you have those two options and you can find what works for you, many nice photos to come. Why don't you shoot portraits in your videos? Frankly, I think portraits are boring. I really respect people that can take incredible portraits. I see them all the time on the negative feedback page. I lose my mind every time because they're gorgeous. I just can't make a personal connection to them, because ultimately it's like I'm just looking at this person that I don't know. Technically it's an incredible photograph, but like I can't make that connection to it. So if I can't make a connection to my subject, I can't make a connection to taking the photo in the first place. What's your go-to black and white and color film stocks? Tri-X 400. I love the versatility. In terms of color, I'm gonna say honestly Kodak Gold 200, because there are few films that I'm just okay with just shooting for fun and not freaking out that I get every image right, and Kodak Gold lets me do that. So thank you, Kodak Gold. Is orange your favorite color? What gave it away? Teach us how to do the teach us how to do the finger snap you always do at the beginning of the videos. It's easy. It's basically 3 actions. It's snap, snap, and when you snap your non-dominant hand, you wind up with your fist sort of like this, with like a hole in it, and you then take the palm of your other hand and you cup it and you make a percussive sound out of it. So altogether it's snap, snap, cup, and you just get faster and faster. What is your favorite book and why? It's not a photo book. I actually really don't like photo books at all, but I love children's literature. Here's a secret about me. I really want to write children's books at some point in my life. My favorite book, the first one that comes to mind is John Klassen's Hat trilogy. Incredible. I could read it 1,000 times and never tire of it. I have another trio. Goodness gracious. Let's go with the third one. Any reason you aren't on Instagram? I hate Instagram. I think it's so superficial. I think it's so dumb. I think it's just become an absolute popularity contest. Ultimately, I don't like the impermanence of it. if I take all this time and effort to make a photo that I really like and I really want to share with people, I want to find a way to cater to an audience that will take a little more time and linger on the photo and really take a look at it. Mad villainy or food. Mad villainy. You have Operation Lifesaver, you have Rhinestone Cowboy, you just can't beat it. All caps, it's classic. What are your thoughts on slide film? That stuff is mad cool. I will never shoot it because my local lab doesn't process it in-house, so they ship it to Montreal. It takes a month and it costs $1.50. So, bummer. Do you ever push your films? Sometimes Tri-X at 1600. I think it's really nice. I like the contrast. Favorite photographer? Dido Moriyama or Clarissa Bonet? Clarissa takes the photos that I wish I could take. I'll link her her website and her Instagram in the description. You should totally check it out. She's incredible. Will you ever make a video on your developing process? There are a lot of great videos on the topic already out there. I always thought that if I were to make my own video on it, it would just sort of be internet clutter. If you want me to make a video on it, I absolutely will. Just let me know in the comments. What's your typical process for creating the Toronto Times? Thank you, Kyle, for reading it and for the very kind words. That means the world to me. The writing sort of comes and goes. A lot of it is just observation and story based, and it just leads to me writing a piece of text on it. I try to keep the writing structured around a certain theme and leave the rest to just whatever I come up with. Yo, would you be willing to do film reviews if it was sent? Hell yes. Oh my god, that'd be a dream come true. Yeah, I'd love you forever. That would be incredible. Drop me a line. Here's my email, here's my Twitter, message me somehow. That would be cool. How do you keep your energy and inspiration for so many things you do? The things that I like to invest my time into are things that I'm really passionate about. And fundamentally, I want that passion to continue driving me to push myself further and to grow in the things that I love to do. Apart from that, take care of yourself. Because I've learned the hard way on overworking yourself. It strains your body, it strains relationships. If you ever have writer's block, if you're ever struggling with your passions at some point, take a step back and remember why you first got into it. Why do you make your zines for free? The upside of making all my zines for free is that absolutely anyone can read them. That's the whole premise behind the Toronto Times. I want everyone to be able to read it and enjoy it and spread it as wide as possible. It also removes the focus on making stuff for profit, for money. I like the idea of just me doing something because I love it and it really comes from my heart. So that's why this stuff is free. Sam Ward, how do you minimize dust when scanning negatives? Clean environment, a little bit of compressed air, clean your scanner as well, and you're pretty much dust free. Oh, Matt, how do you find inspiration to shoot in familiar places? That's a really good question. I even get this sort of burnout when I shoot the same thing over and over and over again for a long period of time, like a similar style of photo. In these instances, I try to make a project out of something. Instead of just shooting these individual photos over and over and over again, string them together with some kind of theme, figure out a way to evolve the theme, and make it into a longer term project. And you will often discover new things to shoot, new things about your style in the process. So think a little more higher level. Favorite YouTubers that you gain inspiration from? Thank you, Ewan. I love More Skids. I think they're an awesome duo. I need to give a big shout out to Nico Lacera. If you watch his early vlogs, you will see a very, very clear influence to the stuff that I do right now. He's a living legend in my eyes, an absolute wealth of knowledge, and an incredibly selfless and generous person. And he's one of very few genuinely great people. And that brings the Q&A to a close. Thank you so much for engaging with me this way. It was really fun to do, and I hope I offered some inspiration, some food for thought. That's sort of my end goal here with all these videos. Thanks again. That's it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Good luck and good light.